coming up on the Daily Dime, the Mavericks look to keep streaking in Minneapolis. The Cavaliers go for a rare win without LeBron in the lineup. The Hawks in danger of getting clipped at the Garden.
The reality is he's 34 years of age. His life seems in complete peril right now.
And questions abound for the answer off the court. Just how bad is it for Allen Iverson? The Daily Dime drops now.
Under a minute to play here in the fourth. Can the Cavaliers hang on? Stolen by Delonte West, and he was fouled by Ginobili.
He can play defense, he can play offense, he can slide through the play. He gets over top of the defense that time.
And LeBron James says, give me a hat, I'm nervous.
And good to have you with us. This is the Daily Dime. I'm John Anik. Later, an update on Allen Iverson, and the Cavaliers get back to work without the King. But we begin with the Dallas Mavericks, owners of the NBA's longest active winning streak. They are, but healthy they are not. As the Mavs chase down the Lakers atop the West, the injuries piling up right along with the W's. Jason Terry gone for at least 2 weeks after facial surgery. Center Eric Dampier has missed the entire winning streak. And now fellow big man Brendan Haywood is out with lower back tightness. But if we know anything about these Mavs, it's that they are deep. And despite being shorthanded, Dallas didn't figure to get derailed against the T-Wolves in Minneapolis. So Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavs looking to extend that winning streak to a dozen. First, we look at how they've gotten to this point. The 11 straight wins, good for the longest active streak in the NBA. Dallas outscoring opponents by more than 7 per game, and Nowitzki averaging just under 30 during the winning streak. Second quarter now against the T-Wolves, and Dirk is on fire. The fadeaway there hits nothing but bottom, and then later, more vintage Nowitzki. Another off-balance jumper goes, and finally rocking the pick and roll there, and Nowitzki going to the other side to finish with the left hand. He had 12 points in just 10 first half minutes. Now we go to the fourth quarter. The Dallas lead is 15, and Shawn Marion getting into the act, or should I say the passing lane. Marion goes in for 2. He had a season high 29 points. Late in the game, though, things get a little bit chippy off the missed free throw. Nowitzki gets the rebound, and Ryan Hollins flying in with the left hand. You'll see on the replay, Nowitzki gets the rebound and gets the Hollins face across his mug for good measure, but no worries. Hollins would be ejected with the flagrant 2. Nowitzki had 24. Mavs make it 12 straight wins.
Offensively, actually, I think we're in a pretty good groove. You know, the small lineup. We're moving the ball. We're playing off each other. Sean's been great slashing and finishing.
You got to stay hungry. I mean, we've won 12, and now we're home for 13 days. So we have a 4-game stand in 13 days. So we just have to stay hungry. We're playing the East, these next 4 teams. So, you know, we can't just be satisfied with what we've done in the past and keep it going.
So the Cavaliers, 13 straight wins from January 16th to February 11th. The only win streak in the NBA this season, longer than Dallas's current 12-game run. And the Mavericks a pretty good bet to stretch their streak to a league-best 14 straight wins. The Mavericks host the Nets and the Knicks in their next 2. LeBron James being held out a second straight game as he recovers from an ankle injury. The Cavs home for the Spurs and try to reach that 50-win mark. What has it meant in the past to be the first? Well, Boston did it in 2008. The Lakers in 2009. Both of them went on to win the NBA title. So would the Cavs be the first to 50 in 2010? Fourth quarter, the Spurs led it by 1. Delonte West getting the friendly roll on the baseline. He had 16, was one of 6 Cavaliers in double figures. Now under a minute to go, and West doing it on the defensive end. You see him shadowing Manu Ginobili here, and Ginobili working back on the baseline, and West out of nowhere into the passing lane. He also draws the foul there, and the Cleveland bench, including LeBron, enjoying the D out of Delonte. Now we go under 20 seconds to go. The Spurs down 3. Ginobili thinks he's tied the game with a 3, but let's go back and look at the replay. Ginobili, who had 38 points on the night and 7 threes, has to settle for a 2 here. You see the toe on the line, so Cleveland maintained the 1-point lead, and then under 10 seconds to go, it's the Cavs by 3. Roger Mason with a chance to tie, but in and out for Roger Mason, and the Cavaliers without LeBron win it 97-95. They are the first to 50 wins this season.
We did a good job today of finding a way, going to some unfamiliar territory that we do down the stretch, and guys came through, made plays, and I thought defensively we got stopped down the stretch. Even though Manu had it going, I thought when we needed to get a big stop, we got it.
Mike D'Antoni and the Knicks home for the Atlanta Hawks at Madison Square Garden. Pick it up midway through the third. We're tied at 52, and Danilo Gallinari dialing it up. He had 27. New York had the three-point lead midway through the fourth. Now the Knicks lead is 6. Al Harrington tees one up from the wing, and New York was in control, 92-83. Later in the fourth, though, the Hawks make a run. Joe Johnson on the drive, 2 of his 22 there, and Atlanta was back within 4. 40 seconds to go now. The Hawks down 3. Jamal Crawford gets it on the swing. His 3 won't go, but the long rebound out to Johnson. He'll throw it down low for Smith, and eventually Jay Smooth, after a second attempt, he gets it to go. Smith had 25. The Hawks were back within 1, and then under 10 seconds to go. How about the play here from Wilson Chandler? The huge block on Smith. Al Horford's jumper comes after the gun, and the Knicks stun the Hawks at the Garden, 99-98. A turbulent 2010 continues for Sixers guard Allen Iverson. Multiple sources say AI is facing alcohol and gambling issues that have already derailed his career and could also impact his post-basketball well-being. The Philadelphia Inquirer's Stephen A. Smith reports there is widespread concern that Iverson, who initially left the team to deal with his daughter's illness, will, quote, either drink himself into oblivion or gamble his life away. Iverson's wife filed for divorce earlier this month on the same day the Sixers announced that he would not return this season. So what kind of impact did these off-the-court issues have on Iverson's eventual release? Here's Stephen A. Smith.
I personally believe that it had a tremendous effect on this simply because even though he was a shell of himself, that was mainly because of injury. I think that when we talk about the disintegration of his basketball skills, I don't think that's entirely accurate because I think if Allen Iverson is healthy, he could drop 20 a night on anybody, anytime he wants to. But when you combine the injuries along with the fact that he wasn't what he used to be because he may have